Right, YouTube, the Shadow King Nazu, and I'm probably going to do those two videos I was going to do. Well, rather, I'm going to take the two topics I was going to make two videos on and combine them into one to save time because I want to watch a Reba marathon. So let's get started, shall we? So right here we have a render of Kingdom Hearts 3 Kairi with her Keyblade, which I kind of forgot what the name was called. I'll promise I'll look it up later. And what's interesting is that she's using the same fighting pose that Sora's using. So a lot of people are wondering why she's using it, and some people think that it's her connection to Shion, which no, that's not it because Kairi doesn't have much of a connection to Shion. She doesn't even know Shion exists, because when Shion, more or less died, her essence went back into Sora's heart, so she has no ties to Kairi, so she's not influencing her. What I believe is happening is that she's basing her battle stance on what Sora and Riku have done, so she's going to be emulating them. She's a new Keyblade wielder. She hasn't exactly found her own unique style, so she's just using this as a basis. And all in all, I think that's pretty precious, especially if they're going in the direction that Sora and Kairi are going to end up being lovers by the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, which I really hope they do. Come on, Tessie No More, do not let us down. So, all in all, I really do like this. It really does show how Kairi went from being a dancer of distress to being a character who's going to be fighting in the Keyblade War. That's some serious character development that you need, and it's going to make her a strong female character that doesn't feel forced like a certain other franchise. Star Wars. Sorry about that. I don't know what came over me. But all in all, I think this is pretty good. Tell me what you guys think about Kairi. About Kairi's new renders, and do you think she'll be a good Keyblade wielder, or do you have some other opinion? Now let's go back to our second topic. Okay, so we have some new photos of the monsters that are going to be in Godzilla King of the Monsters. They're just more like the toy versions of them. As we can see, we got King Ghidorah for the first part, and based on this design, it doesn't look all too deviant from how King Ghidorah tradition looks. Still has two tails with spikes on them, has large wings, no arms, thank God. 3 heads, pretty much keeping up the standard tradition. I say it's basically basing most of its design off the Heisei version of King Ghidorah because I don't see the fur behind its heads. So I kind of like that. I prefer the Heisei look of Ghidorah. I also like how long the wings are and how it has a little menacing approach to it. It's a very nice touch. Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. I kind of thought there'd be more. Hold on. Let me find another video. This one's coming from the Omni viewer, so special thanks to him. Okay, so here we have the Godzilla from the 2019. What we can tell from the difference from the 2014 one and the one from King of Monsters is that they slimmed down Godzilla a bit, but not too drastically. So a lot of people who thought that he looked fat, even though I'd say he didn't look fat, he looked kind of bulky, so it seemed more like it was muscles instead of fat. Of course, Shin Godzilla seemed fatter than the legendary Godzilla, and yet they had no complaints, so that's kind of hypocritical. But all in all, it's still somewhat the same design. They decided to change the dorsal fins, make it more akin to like how it was in the Showa Showa era. I see it a little bit somewhere influenced by by the Millennium series. So yeah, that's pretty good. And they also changed Godzilla's feet, so it seems less like an elephant stump. There were some fans who had a complaint with that, like D-Man 1954, which was kind of stupid. Personally, I didn't have a problem with Godzilla's feet. I thought it was kind of unique. Uh, but all in all, I do like that they kept the overall design with just minor tweaks. And here we are with Rodin, and not all too different from how he traditionally looks. Just pretty much a fire pteranodon. I do like that it just stuck true to how Rodin traditionally looks. I also kind of hoping that maybe we'll get to see Rodin's uranium beams. So Rodin will have his own special power that can compete with Godzilla's atomic breath and potentially his crimson spiral ray if he gets it later on in the film, and Mothra's new power, the God rays, and King Ghidorah's gravity beams. I think we should give him some kind of weapon. and this was like a bottle of the clay model that was shown a few months ago. But where they would kind of look like they didn't deviate too much, except they kind of took away the wings. But oh no, it's still pretty the same. That's talking about the King Ghidorah, a little more detail. Fun fact about the new King Ghidorah is that they're gonna have like their own independent thoughts, which kind of adds a little bit of dynamic between them. What was said was that like the metalhead was going to be in charge and it's going to be the smart one, while the other ones were like the two younger brothers who kind of thoughts depend on what the older one thinks, so they kind of can't think for themselves. Uh, and finally, we have Mothra. Now, Mothra, the wings look faithful to what is usually shown in the Toho series. Though the body seems to be a bit more insectoid, taken from that look, as opposed to how she is in the traditional sense, where she has a fuzzy body. They're just going more with like the armor-plated exoskeleton. Oh no, it's an interesting thing. I'll have to see what it's going to be like in the film to get my overall thought. I'm glad that it's going to have different colors and she's not just going to be luminescent blue all the time, because that was kind of worrying me. I'm glad that she's going to have multiple colors. And I want to see what her God rays are going to be like in action. I mean, it's going to have offensive capabilities. But all in all, I am kind of digging the design, but I'll have to see more of it on live action. So all in all, I do dig these designs of the Godzilla characters in King of the Monsters, and we're supposedly going to be getting a trailer this week, so that should be interesting. And there's also going to be a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers coming out later on through December, with one I believe coming on December 10th. So look forward to that. So those were all my thoughts on the Godzilla monsters designs, and as well as Kairi's new battle pose. Special thanks to OmniViewer and HMK for helping me give the videos. You guys tell me what you guys think. I'll catch you guys later.